All our Sabre guys teach a class because we all question in spring training. We all question the things we don't understand. And a lot of us, when it first came in, it was like, whoa, no, I don't understand it. We don't know what war and UZR zone and what's some of the other ones, OBGRY, I don't know what they all are. So I made them stand up just like this with all our grunt field people, been on the field forever, and go, okay, now explain it. And I said, no abbreviations. They said, well, now the velo. I said, no, there's an abbreviation. No velo. Say velocity for us. Say winds over. Okay, what does it tell you? What does it not tell you? What does it hide? Tell me what our guys do in that category. Where do they rank? Who is Joe's best players in that category? Why are they better? Because, it's the unknown. And all of a sudden, because I think sometimes those guys don't want us to know that. Because now all of a sudden it gives them something. We call them POP guys in our locker room. If you ask them to make a tough decision in the ninth inning with a game on line, there'd be a puddle of pee around them. I'm telling you. And I cleaned it up a little bit, Jimmy. All right, I'm done.
That the analytics tells kids swing as hard as you possibly can. That's the way that you can get in the major leagues because we're talking about exit velocity. And that shift right there, way to beat it is just hit it over their heads and just swing as hard as you can. I mean, were you seeing that sort of shift, if you will, towards the end of your tenure or during your tenure most recently in Baltimore, Buck?
Oh, sure. It happened. There's not a whole lot new going on here, but it's not the players' fault, Rich. Don't be mad at the players. They're going to chase where the dollar falls. And when guys are getting big arbitration awards and raises for striking out 180 times a year and hitting 25 home runs, it's not their fault. It's being embraced. So it's not the players' fault. This is the way that they know that they're deemed as being successful. And still the teams that defend and pitch are the ones that are playing at the end. And you look at all the good defense. That's what people miss about the Red Sox last year, how great they were defensively. And the Yankees are good again this year. Dodgers are great defensively. And it's just so much more premium on the balls that stay in the ballpark. You got to catch them. But, it comes into play. I mean, I'd go 2 or 3 weeks without putting a sign on last year. We didn't have a lot of base runners, I can tell you that. But, the hit and run, I mean, how many people can you trust to put the ball in play? How many people can you trust to steal a base? Those skills aren't embraced as much anymore. And
why?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I've got personal feelings about it, but, it's because they're chasing the dollar. That's where the dollar is, Rich. That's the way, really, business runs in general.
Even Verlander said he thought that at some point, and Smoltz said it when he was on this show yesterday, Buck Showalter, that at some point the pendulum will swing back and there will be a premium placed on hitting the ball the other way, on making contact, on the stuff that you just said that causes you not to even put on a sign because not enough people can be trusted to put balls into play. How does that happen? You knowing the machinations of a front office and what they put the premium on and dollar signs for. How does that happen, Buck?
Well, they're going to put the premium on what allows you to win games. That's not what GMs are judged on. And the entertainment value is another part of it. As long as the TV contracts are there and they're embracing Major League Baseball, they're going to continue down a path. I hear everybody talking about, it'll come back around. I'm not so sure it will. A lot of it because of leadership in the front offices are embracing this because it kind of fits their skill set a lot more. So, until some of the front offices or some of the leadership groups, the ownership and whatever, decide that, something else is in vogue, so to speak, or there's a better way to do it, and then there'll be some copycats. But I don't see it close by. I got some of the best, most quality baseball people I've ever known are sitting at home without jobs. That's kind of sad, but and I do think they're making more mistakes on player evaluation than any time I can ever remember because there's not a lot of front offices that can evaluate the sixth tool. So it'll be interesting to watch.